Hi there, UV Patel here, and I would like to welcome you all to this series called as A to Z of Data Science. And today we are going to be talking about D of this, which is nothing but D for data. So, guys, without wasting any further time, let's get started with the core of the topic. So, the skill that we are trying to master here is data science, right? Data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence. At the core of each of this technology is something called as data, right? So what happens is in machine learning, which is or in data science, which is way different than our normal software application development, in which the logic or the pattern is not hard coded, right? But it is actually derived from the data. Hence, data is the most crucial aspect of the data science project, and hence I've included this in D for data. Okay, now before I go into this, let me explain few terms related to this very quickly. Okay, so data is considered as the new oil, guys. Okay, whatever the data we used to generate back in centuries, okay, that much of data we are generating in a couple of days of time because of and because of that, okay, because of the advancement in technologies related to the processing of the data, related to the storing of the data, related to storage, cloud computing, all this advancement has, along with that advancement in mobile telephony as well, right? Now each and every person almost you will see will have a phone. That phone within a single click generates huge amount of data that is being collected by the respective websites, okay, that is being used for the betterment of the services, right? This is just one example. There are hundreds of such examples out there, right? Mobile is just one of them, right? But overall, because of the advancement in the technologies in recent decade, okay, the last one and a half decades, things have taken exponential curve in terms of data generation, in terms of data storage, and in terms of data processing, right? And this data gives the companies the behavioral information about the consumers, right? And that data is being explored, being tortured by these companies, and they are making business sense out of it, right? Now, core of the data science project obviously is going to be data, right? So data is the basic of what you're going to do, or what you're going to start with the data science or machine learning or artificial intelligence project, right? So whenever you would be starting with any of the projects related to data science, what you need to have is first and foremost data, right? And data can have a different format, as we know. It could be in CSV file, it could be in XLS file, it could be text file, it could be Word file, or it could be image, it could be audio, it could be video. Data is data, right? It is not restricted to just uh, CSV file or database file. Even database is considered as a data, right? Now, data could be of any format. Overall, we define the data as structured data, which is CSV file or Excel file, wherein you have structure defined. The columns are defined, right? Name will contain always going to contain the name. The salary column will always going to have the salary, right? Those are structured data. Then you have got a semi-structured data, right? For example, JSON file, and that is considered as the semi-structured data. Some of the unstructured data are like image, audio, video. Those are unstructured data. There's no specific format. A single bit of information can have anything, any information. There's no structure defined to that, right? This is how the data overall gets separated. Now, whenever we would be working on any of the projects, as I said, the first step is to get the data, see the data, get a look and feel of the data, try to understand the data, wrangle the data, analyze the data, and then make a business model or a machine learning model of it, right? Now, the question that you have in your mind could be, from where can I get the data, right? Lot of projects that we do in the in the data science mastery course or the free course, have data to its central part, right? Some of the time I have not given the data, in the course, right? The reason I have not given the data is because I want you to search and research from where to get those data. Okay, now since that activity I've kept on you, a lot of people have come back to me asking from where you can get the data. So let me just very quickly go ahead and show you some of the websites from where you can get those data very quickly, and not only those data but any other data that you would need in the future for your research project or for your academic project or for your actual industry project, right? These are the websites that are going to help you. Two websites I highly recommend. First one being UCI Berkeley's website. Okay, let me just write it down here if I could. First one is UCI Berkeley's, okay, and second one is Kaggle, right? These are the two main websites from where you're going to get maximum number of your data sets. Okay, second one is Kaggle. Now let me go ahead and very quickly show on the internet how these websites look like and how you can get those data, right? So let me quickly jump on to this and let me just say this is the website archive.isc.uci.edu. This is the interface looks like. It looks little 90s interface, but this is actually very powerful. Okay, so you have to talk about the website. Some of the newly added datasets come here. Okay, so some of you might be interested in COVID-19 dataset. You can get it from here. Okay, and I'll show you how to get that. Some of the most popular datasets, you know, since 2007 is here. IRIS, wine dataset, heart disease, wine quality, bank marketing, you name it, then they have it, right? Now let me go ahead and show you view all datasets. Right, now this is really cool. What they have done is they have given some sort of filters depending on what you want to do. Okay, let me just pull up my pen and I'll show you how this is. So for classification data you have got classification. Okay, for regression you have got a regression link. Okay, so if you click on that, let's say you click on the classification link, you will get only the data sets related to classification problem. If you click on the regression, you will get only the data set related to regression, right? So let's say you are trying, you have done some let's say you have done a logistic regression example. Okay, and now you want to try it and you are looking for the data set, right? You don't know from where to get it. You can come here, click on classification, get into that page and see which data is more appealing to you to solve, right? And then you can go ahead and work on it, right? So this is all public data set, readily available, you can use it, right? Then for clustering you have got this, for others you have got this, right? Then you have got attributes. Attributes is what kind of features are there, only categorical, numerical, or mixed, right? What kind of data types that data source. So depending on your requirement, right? Depending on your requirement, you can basically click on this and you can work on the data that you are intending to solve, right? Then some of the domains, life science, physical science, business, game, social science, etc. Right? Number of features, less than 10, greater than 10, and all those sort of things are there. But let me go ahead and search for a data set called as COVID. Let's see if I'm able to find something. There you go. This looks like one. This is a multivariate. It is donated on 24th of April. 7 features are there, 14 instance. So this is not a big data set basically. Okay, this is not a big data set. But let's say if this was the data set that you wanted to do, I do not want to make this video very big, but let's say this is the data set that you wanted to have. You can click on the dataset description here. Let's say I'm opening it on a new tab. Here you will get the dataset information, right? There's no dataset information here for this, but ideally in this you will get for each and every column what all different features are there. For each and every features you will get the respective information about that particular column or a feature, right, or a variable. So that information you will get. Then let's say I go to data folder. Okay, there I can get to download this. If I click on this surveillance.csv, it will download that CSV file on my system, right? But this was not the kind of file that we intended to do, but you can still go ahead and experiment with it and see how this actually how you can find the relevant data for your purpose, right? And this is how the data would look like. Now let me go ahead and show, let's say bike sharing data set, right? Let me go ahead and share bike share data set. Okay, so this is quite an old data set, 2013's data set, 16 features, 17,389 data set rows, right, or instances. Now I was talking about data set descriptions. This is how it looks like. Data set information, right? Each and every column's information is given here. What does that each and every column or feature represents or indicate, right? And as I said, you can come to data folder, click this, and it will download the data on your local system. That's it. Really simple. Another website is Kaggle, right? Come here and you will not only see the current competitions data set, but also you'll get to see the older competitions data set which is already archived, right? Competitions which have already gone, right? Already performed, already solved by somebody, right? You can go ahead and do that. You can still go ahead and click on data sets. It will show up different data sets here. Search here. Let's say if I want to search for again COVID-19 data set, and then you can basically see different data set which is available. See which one is making sense to you. See which one is more enticing to you for your need, and then you can go ahead and download that, right? Downloading is not actually a big problem because you need to click here download, then it will ask you to sign up or sign in, right? And then you can go ahead and download it, right? So overall, if I have to summarize this, data is the new oil. Okay, data is the base of any data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence problem. Without data, there is going to be no data science problem, right? And there will not be an existence of a data scientist without data, right? So this is really crucial. And one more thing that I want to highlight here is a term which we use often in the data science circuit, which is gold in, gold out, garbage in, garbage out, right? These are the data set what I just showed to you on UCI or maybe on Kaggle. Those are all academics data, right? Those are really cleared, will not have a lot of errors in it, will not have any not too much of missing values in it and stuff like that, right? On most of the cases. But real life data is actually different. Real life data is actually containing very too much of errors in it, right? So you got to basically make the data in such a format that it is actually able to, you would be able to work on that data, you would be able to process that data. So if you give a garbage data to your machine learning model, it will throw a garbage result. If you put a gold data, right, in a superb format with no errors, with no missing values, or with a perfect quality, it will give you a quality result, right? So on this note, thank you so much guys for this particular session. I just wanted to highlight the importance of data and from where you can download those academics data set. So just go ahead and see it, okay? Try it out and work on it, because practicing is the best way to learn data science. On this note, thank you so much guys. Bye bye. Stay safe. Take care.